Today on the dais, we are honored to welcome an esteemed personality, Dr. Sai Kishore, who is an assistant professor in the Department of Sports Medicine and Sports Science at Savita Medical College and Hospital. Dr. Sai Kishore has over 20 years experience in field of physiotherapy in sports medicine, and also not only that, he has learned expertise in many advanced equipments which are used in exercise physiology, and he also has multiple publications under his name, and also he has been a national speaker for many conferences, and we are very pleased and very lucky to have him on the dais. So over to you, sir. Kindly continue with the session.
Thank you, Dr. Vesh. Hi, guys. It's nice to be part of Physio TV. Let me share my screen and we'll go into the presentation. So we'll be discussing about the career options in sports science in detail. So I'll be detailing through the various nuances available in sports science, and let's dive straight into it. Yeah, I hope my screen is visible. The screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. Okay, we're good to go. All right, so we will be discussing in depth, in detail about career options that is available in sports science. We'll be exploring the opportunities in India's growing sports industry. So, sports science, as we speak, is a well advanced, I would say, use the word cultivated course in America, Europe, and Australia. It's been there for 40, 50 years. To Indian subcontinent, it is a very new concept. There are many colleges available in India, hardly a few. We have one here in South India. We have it here in Savita. We have it here, Tamil Nadu Sports University. And then we have a few there in Pune, one in Delhi. Very hardly, Maharashtra state mein hai, Delhi mein hai. So hardly maybe 8 to 10 colleges if I'm not wrong. So sports science is something that is going to be the need of the hour, that is going to be the need of the decade, that's going to be the need of the future. So let's see what it has and what it has to offer to all of us. So what is sports science? Sports science is a multidisciplinary field that applies scientific principle to enhance athletic performance, prevent injuries, and promote overall health. Now, you can ask me, hey, this is what sports physiotherapy does. Yes, of course, sports physiotherapy does all these things, but at the same time, sports physiotherapy focuses more on injury prevention and post-injury rehab and management of injuries and on-field injury management. Sports science is something that deviates a little bit away from sports physiotherapy, if I'm not wrong, and it sees the overall aspect of athletic performance, not only injury management precisely. So coming to India, it's a 130 billion market by 2030. It's been predicted with a 14% of growth, with a job requirement of 10.5 million jobs. That is been predicted. And 2025-2026 annual budget of 3,794 crore has been allocated exclusively for sports science by the Indian government. Now we'll come back to this statistics at the end, the later stages of the slides. What exactly sports science does? What is the role? So as a sports scientist, once a person joins, or once a student joins sports science, it is a multifactorial thing. So he can be a researcher, he can do applied research, he's well connected with the teams and coaches. So we have various branches of sports science, like we have the biomechanics, strength and conditioning, exercise physiology, sports nutrition, sports psychology, skill acquisition, performance analysis, and the main above all, sports management. So we will see in detail what all these is about. Exercise or sports physiology. So it is a field that deals with understanding the physiological benefits of exercises See, as a physiotherapist is trained to prescribe exercises, and he knows how to deal with exercises, teach exercises to the patient or the client. But exercise physiology understands how exercise is absorbed in the body. So it deals with the physiological benefits of exercise in the human body, and the students can even design exercises. They will learn about how to design exercise for various conditions, various injuries, etc. Now, biomechanics or movement science, it's a very vast field which uses analysis of movement using markers placed in the body. As you can see in the picture on the right side, markers are placed everywhere in the body. Even more precisely, the video which is going to play now, it will detail you what exactly biomechanics does. So biomechanics is all about movement science, understanding the human movement precisely, accurately. So we place markers on the body points, just the hip, knee, ankle, foot, etc. And these markers create a framework, as you can see in the video. And the framework is captured by a camera. This camera multiple cameras, we can rotate the angle, we can see, imagine that if a fast bowler is complaining of injury during the bowling action, we can precisely see which action is painful, which angle is painful, whether it is a delivery, before delivery, or the release point, which is painful. So we can precisely helps in diagnosing it accurately using moment capture and motion analysis. Not only that, we can do multiple things, posture analysis, gait analysis, and a lot more. Psychology. So psychology is a simple term which involves complex understanding. So when you see an athlete, athlete is at the center of the system, which is surrounded by a microsystem, exosystem, and a macrosystem. So the microsystem involves the parents and the relatives, the coaches, friends, and the medical staff, support staff, and all these things who are directly connected to an athlete. Then the ecosystem is the individual sport. Let's say cricket, which is the most popular sports in our country. We have the IPL, we have various sports leagues, uh, Pro Badminton League, Kabaddi League is there, and lots more is there. ISL football is there. So these private leagues are there. Imagine there is an athlete who is playing a league and he's going through a lean patch. He's not performing well. So we need to understand, psychology deals with understanding the mind of the athlete, why he is not performing. He can be a very skilled player, very experienced player, but all it takes is the mind for the athlete to understand it and reproduce it through the performance. Then comes the macro system, the national sporting body, the environment, the public cheer, what we see in the ground during the games. So all these things contribute to mind of the athlete. These can disturb the mind of an athlete, causing detrimental effects, as well as this can motivate an athlete to perform better. Yeah. Next, strength and conditioning. Without strength and conditioning, there is no athlete or no team that can perform well. So strength and conditioning deals all about exercises, warm up, stretches, exercises, weightlifting, cool down, and all these things. So sports technology. Today in 2025, with the advent of artificial intelligence and much more technology, sports technology is one field that is going to boom like anything. Sports technology is directly related to sports engineering as well, where engineers are employed to create devices, multiple devices. The best example I can give you is the fast track watches we all have. Uh, During the COVID times, what we did, pulse oximeter to check the oxygen level of our own family people. So technology is an ever-evolving field. What is new today will be replaced by a better version tomorrow. But sports technology is something that is going to give us accurate reading, movement sensors, motion capture, all these things involves technology, the heart rate sensors and all these things. Nutrition, yes, of course. Nutrition, sports nutrition pyramid can be divided into three steps. One is the basal diet, next is the sports specific nutrition, the third is the dietary supplements. Unfortunately, today's generation deals a lot with supplements. So they do not understand the core concepts of nutrition or they are misguided. That would be the right word. When you see a basal diet, all athletes are advised to consume their diet as recommended by the nutrition. Sport specific nutrition, if the basic diet is not compensating the need for a specific macronutrient or there is a, let's say, decrease in the nutrition intake, athletes are advised to add specific nutrition products to their diet. For example, a small snack. Dietary supplements is the top of the pyramid, which should be less consumed compared to the other nutritional products. So it is mainly the ergogenic supplements that is matching the performance goals. Here, a nutritional expert should understand anti-doping as well. So that is a separate field. Understanding doping and anti-doping could be an added benefit for sports nutrition. Now, coming to the biggest of all, sports management. So, being a sports manager is going to give you a multifaceted role where you're involved with entrepreneurs, sports agents, sports academicians, healthcare professionals, the administrators, operators, logistics, media persons, sales, marketing, sports governing bodies, analysis, lot more. So sports management is a management field which involves planning, finance, and execution of it. So I'm just touching it very briefly to make you understand what all sports science aspects has. So when you see the entry requirement after the 10 plus 2 level, undergraduate level, with a minimum pass mark, there is something called as BSc Sports Science that is run in predominantly most of the colleges across India. Then comes postgraduate level where the requirement is BSc Sports Science or even physical education. Sometimes even physiotherapy, BPT can be encouraged to join sports science. The key skills required is data analysis, statistics, research methodology, equipment operation, software proficiency. All these will be covered. And the basic soft skills that is required for a student to enhance in sports sciences, the communication and interpersonal skills. Unless and until a person communicates properly to the athlete or to the coaches, we cannot evolve. So it also deals with leadership, it also deals with teamwork, problem solving abilities and adaptability and continuous learning, because as I said, technology is ever evolving, sports science is also ever evolving. Career advancement, when you see as an entry level, students can be posted into a trainee position or a junior analyst. Maybe in a mid-level, they can reach up to a senior coach or department head. Much more higher level, senior level, they can sit in as a director of an institute. So the growth opportunities are enormous here. They focus on sport-specific populations and techniques. You need to work with global sports organizations and teams. They can start their own consultancies and become an entrepreneur. And also they can pursue PhD and get into academia.